I hated thinking about Blaze that way. The man I had fallen in love with didn't truly exist. If I had known the evil that he was capable of, I'd never have given him my heart. Maddie. Saxon's voice was gentle. He was good, kind, and thoughtful. Why couldn't I have fallen in love with him? It was what Blaze had intended. He'd wanted Saxon for me. He had told me so. How much easier it would have been to love Saxon. Please eat and get out of this cabin. Walk around in town, do something. Don't just stay inside. Promise me you will. I'll be back to visit when I can. You're safe here. The idea of eating made my stomach rebel, but I nodded anyway. Okay, I replied. If you need anything, call me. Don't hesitate, he said. I will, I told him. I promise. The smile I managed was weak, but it was all I could do. Saxon sighed heavily. He was worried about leaving me. He cared about how I was doing. Blaze didn't. Again, if only I could love Saxon, but my heart was destroyed. I'd never love again. I've got to meet Dad in Nashville today to look at a horse. I need to go. His tone was apologetic. Go, Saxon. It's okay. I'm fine. All lies. I wasn't fine. I would never be fine. The sad smile that touched his lips made me feel guilty for not trying harder to reassure him. But how did I reassure him of something that wasn't true? He walked over to me and bent down to place a kiss on my head. Take care of yourself, he said again before leaving me there. I didn't say anything or watch as he disappeared. I heard his truck engine and the sound of him pulling out of the drive. The loneliness grew even heavier, and I blinked back the tears that filled my eyes. Setting the coffee, which had gone cold, down on the table beside me, I stood up and walked back inside. Saxon had said I was safe here, but the fear was something I couldn't seem to overcome. Closing the door, I locked it, then went to check all the other doors. Knowing that the men who had taken me in the movie theater restroom were dead, but that they hadn't acted alone. Blaze had many enemies. How could Saxon be so sure they wouldn't come looking for me? That they hadn't followed us, waiting until I was alone once again? There was a dark world out there, full of bad men who did bad things. It was wrapped in wealth and power. My mother had fled from it to save me, and I'd ended up falling in love with the darkest one of all. My heart had seen something in Blaze, and I'd wanted him so much that I'd overlooked who he was, what he did. When it was your family that he killed, you couldn't overlook it. The fairy tale I'd let myself pretend I was in had gone up in flames. I was still battling inside over who had left that envelope for me to find. Did I hate them for causing me all this pain? Or had they saved me from getting any deeper into a world I knew nothing about? Who had left it? Maybe if I knew who had left it for me, then I would know how to feel. I'd know why they'd done it. I took time to fold the blanket I'd been covered up with outside, then placed it on the sofa. Saxon had bought me books last week. They were my only escape, when I could focus on them. Reading would be the only company I had. I knew I couldn't stay here forever, but trying to plan my future was more than I could handle at the moment. My future was questionable. Saxon had seemed so sure that my life wasn't at risk. Blaze wasn't chasing after me. I was no longer a weakness for him. I understood that. But did his enemies? As lost as I felt, I still didn't wish for death. At least not at the hands of someone who would make that death brutal. If I wanted to end my life, I preferred to handle it. Not that I ever would. I wasn't sure what